This is an examination of the hidden human condition.
This is the Hidden Killers Podcast.
The Hidden Killers Podcast.
With Tony Bruschi.
We're talking with Mark Tinsley today. Mark, the attorney for the family of Mallory Beach and representing several other people in the orbit of Alec Murdaugh. And we'll talk about a couple different cases here in a couple different segments with him today. Mark, I want to start out by discussing some of the developments that we've seen in the past handful of days in the Stephen Smith murder investigation. There's a lot to go over. One of the more recent pieces, Mark Keel, head of SLED, releasing that press release outlining kind of the timeline and the time window of what was asked of them and when and from whom.
Seemed like what my wife calls a dislocation in the market, which is a way of saying something without saying anything. I mean, I think it was pretty clear he was murdered.
Sure.
And the question is who did it? So,
and that's an interesting thing with a case that has been really not investigated very thoroughly since this happened many years ago. We're talking 2015. We're getting a body exhumed. They're finally acknowledging it as a homicide and going to put some more resources there to do some more investigating. How do you think we're going to get from point A to point B at this point to find any names, to find the actual perpetrator of this crime with so much time having gone by now?
Well, I don't think it'll. You're asking me to speculate, so I'm going to speculate.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be through an autopsy or an expert. I think it's going to be through some witness that finally comes forward and says, "I was there, I saw it. This is who did it." That sort of thing. I think that's the only way it's going to get solved, unfortunately.
And with that being said, the atmosphere there for people to come forward and feel comfortable talking. One can understand prior to Alec Murdaugh being found guilty, and I'm not insinuating that it was a Murdaugh that was involved in this per se, but was there, explain to me the hesitation that you've seen in that area of people talking out against that family or other prominent families in the area for fear of some sort of retribution and such. Do you feel like that is lifted at all in the area since the verdict has come in of people feeling comfortable to talk? Well,
I think the problem is, I mean, at least the problem that I have is obviously I came forward and talked and I spoke out against Alec, but I don't know whoever knows who was involved in Stephen Smith's murder, still has to deal with whatever they have to deal with in terms of their knowledge and how they got the knowledge. So I think that's probably a bigger impediment than Alex Murdaugh is in prison or not in prison. I don't know. I've heard the rumors. I've heard rumors. I don't think that the credible rumors have been directed at Buster Murdaugh, regardless of what.
Sure.
Regardless of what it's some recordings you hear from a former highway patrolman, but everything that I know is rumors and speculation. I think there are some names out there that are not Buster Murdaugh that probably deserve a better look than that. But hopefully, whatever and that's the thing about SLED, right? Is they play things so close to the vest. I was cooperating in the murder investigation, and it was a sponge that soaked up every drop and never let a drop fall out. I mean, they didn't tell me much of anything frequently. I mean, I knew things because of my involvement in so many other things.
Yeah.
So I doubt we know, but it seems like they must have found something.
Yeah. The name may not even be in the sphere of the speculation that's been going on as far as who truly is the perpetrator or the group of people who could possibly be perpetrators of this.
Well, and I agree. I agree completely, and I hope that it is not a situation where someone from SLED's made a statement to just satisfy Sandy Smith.
Sure.
We're doing something. We're opening this investigation because we're under intense scrutiny and pressure from the public. I don't think they do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they operate that way. But they are people at the end of the day, and I see it a lot. And people call me and say, I talked to this lawyer, said I had a great case, just he couldn't handle it right now, or he's busy right now, or something like that. Well, it's not true. They don't have a great case, but they're just rather than telling them the bad news.
Yeah.
So I hope it's not that. I hope that I saw Sandy Smith in Hampton not that long ago, and I told her if there was ever anything I could do to help her, I'd be happy to help her. And I hope she gets some answers and some relief.
This is an examination of the hidden human condition
This is the Hidden Killers Podcast.
with Tony Bruschi.
Mark Tinsley, attorney for the family of Mallory Beach and several others in the orbit of Alec Murdaugh. We're going to continue talking to him about more that continues to swirl in South Carolina's Low Country. On our segments here, press subscribe so you don't miss any of them wherever you are getting your podcasts. You can even get a commercial-free version through Apple Podcasts right now. You can try it out for 3 days free, so do check that out. My name's Tony Bruschi. Stay with us.